The 2023 first round of the NBA draft is officially in the books, so let's recap. I'm Brandon London here with SNY NBA insider Ian Begley, and obviously the first couple of picks of the draft went pretty much as expected. Victor Wembanyama goes first to the Spurs, but there were some other teams that added value to their roster. Who would you say are some of the winners of this draft?
Yeah, Knicks fans aren't going to like this, Brandon, but I think Dallas did really well in this draft. They traded back from 10, and they still got a player that they really wanted in Derek Lively, the big man. They worked out Lively pre-draft, and some people with the Mavs felt that they were looking at a young Tyson Chandler when they looked at Lively. So they really wanted him. They were able to trade back, create a traded player exception, and so they're going to have some more flexibility in the offseason. So I think Dallas did well. Knicks fans obviously don't want to hear that because Dallas tanked at the end of the season to get the 10th pick. If they were picking any further than 10th, that would have been the Knicks pick.
I guess Mavs fans can say that they're even now for taking Jalen Brunson. All right, so they're square there. What other teams or what team would you say pretty much had the biggest surprise of the draft?
Yeah, I would say Houston only because they got Cam Whitmore, a very talented player, one of the most talented players in his class. They got him so late in the first round. People thought Whitmore coming into this college season was definitely top 10, extremely talented, out of Villanova. I don't think anybody saw him sliding as far as he did, so good job by Houston getting a talent late in that first round.
Why do you think he slid so far back?
Yeah, from what I had heard, I think there were some issues with his medicals. I think teams were a little bit scared off about his medicals. And I think some teams had questions about his approach to the game after, talking to other college coaches about his season at Villanova, but extremely talented. He's going to have a chance to have the ball in his hands probably in Houston, so we'll see what he can do.
All right, let's talk about the Nets. They added Noah Clowney out of Alabama, Derek Whitehead out of Duke. Did Sean Marks add value or instant value to this roster?
Maybe not instant value, Brandon, because in Clowney and in Whitehead, the Nets took two of the youngest players in this draft. Clowney, 7'2" wingspan, very athletic big man, should be a versatile defender for this Nets team in time. Whitehead, very talented player, was one of the top-ranked prospects in his high school class going into Duke, but he suffered a foot injury at Duke, and that really slowed him down. That explains why he fell all the way to the Nets. Obviously, the Nets have a history of success taking guys with foot injuries in college with Karis LeVert. So Sean Marks, great draft record. Nets organization, great draft record. I think if you're a Net fan, you have to trust in what Sean Marks did here at 21 and 22.
I trust the process here in Brooklyn. Last but not least, the New York Knicks didn't have a pick in the first round, didn't trade to get into the first round. Why?
Well, I think maybe the price was a little bit too high. I know the Knicks were in touch with some teams that had picks late in the first round. As recently as Wednesday, they probably checked in with those teams again on Thursday. My assumption is price was too high. Going to be interesting to see what happens with Obi Toppin here now. I think if a role opens up for Toppin over the course of the offseason, he would stay. But if not, I think the Knicks and Toppin will work together to find him a new home.
That's a wrap on the first round. We got the second round coming up. Both teams trying to add value to their roster. Ian Begley, I'm Brandon London.